Jake Paul is flipping out after Mike Tyson humiliated him in a recent interview, and let me just say Iron Mike didn't hold back the least. Jake being Jake has been lashing out on social media ever since. Get this, the YouTuber turned boxer is not okay, guys. The problem child is officially melting down. After getting absolutely roasted by the Iron Mike, Jake's ego has taken a serious hit. We're talking full-on meltdown mode here. He's all like, "Tyson, you old dinosaur, you're washed up. Let's do this. I'll show you who the real champ is." The boxing world is on fire as the hype for this upcoming heavyweight clash is through the roof. Yeah, this matchup is not going bland anytime soon. Let's break it down.
I already gave him his warning. Fight like your life depends on it, because it does.
Jake Paul is starting to realize he might have bitten off more than he can chew. Mike Tyson is not playing around. The legendary boxer has been going ham in recent interviews, calling Jake out on every level. Tyson's been spitting fire, calling Jake a fake boxer and a kid playing dress-up in the ring. Ouch. Those are some heavy-hitting words, even for the tough-talking Jake Paul. It's clear that Jake wasn't prepared for this level of scrutiny. He's used to being the one dishing out the insults, but now he's on the receiving end, and it's not pretty. The usually confident YouTuber is starting to show cracks in his armor. He's sweating bullets, and it's obvious he's rattled. But let's be real, Mike Tyson is a different beast entirely. This is a guy who's been in the ring with the best of the best. Jake better watch his back because things are about to get real.
The baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson, making his return to boxing this summer, and he's facing former YouTube star Jake Paul in Texas. Now, the whole thing is going to be streamed exclusively on Netflix. The fight is Tyson's second boxing match since 2005. He will be 58 years old.
Now, the highly anticipated Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul bout is set for November 15th, 2024 at the AT&T Arena. The hype surrounding the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight is absolutely insane. It's like the whole world is holding its breath waiting for this showdown. Fans are divided, placing bets left and right, and the internet is ablaze with hot takes and predictions. It's a clash of eras, old school versus new school, and everyone wants to see who will come out on top. Even Netflix is getting in on the action, planning a documentary on the build-up. The verbal sparring between these two has been epic, adding fuel to the fire with every insult. But Jake Paul's recent meltdown has taken things to a whole new level. It's like he's trying to distract everyone from the fact that he's about to get his clock cleaned. But hey, drama sells, right? This fight is shaping up to be one for the ages.
This is me, Bob, and then...
You're good, take a break.
Now, Jake Paul isn't just unleashing a war of words, he's going on record and shedding tears. Yeah, he's trying to hide behind the whole victim persona, and it's giving him great cover, especially because everyone and their grandmas have something against the problem child. Let's just say he isn't exactly everyone's favorite athlete in the boxing community. Now, Jake Paul is playing the victim card, and he's going all in. He's claiming that the entire boxing world is against him, and that everyone is underestimating his skills just because he started as a YouTuber. It's a classic underdog story, right? Except for Jake, you were the one calling out all the boxing legends. You're the one who bragged about being the next big thing. But now, reality is hitting hard. Let's be honest, the likes of Joe Rogan, Eddie Hearn, Michael Bisping, and Oscar De La Hoya haven't exactly been shy about their opinions on Jake Paul. They've called him a fake boxer, a YouTuber playing dress-up, and a whole bunch of other not-so-nice things. And it's true, Jake, you don't exactly have the most impressive resume when compared to most guys in the game. The problem child is pulling out all the stops. He's playing the underdog card, the victim card, and the "I'm just a regular guy trying to make it" card. He's painting himself as the misunderstood boxer who's just trying to prove himself. He's saying the boxing world is stuck in the past, that they can't see him for who he is now. It's a classic case of respect me, damn it. He's all like, I've worked my ass off, I've earned every win, I'm not just some YouTuber anymore, I'm a fighter, I deserve respect. Now, whether you believe him or not is up to you. But one thing's for sure, he's managed to turn this whole situation into a massive PR campaign. He's got people talking, and that's half the battle in boxing. Love him or hate him, you can't deny that Jake Paul knows how to play the game. Now, Mike hasn't been easy on Jake since day one, and if you ask me, the problem child is to blame for it. Come on, Jake has been breathing down Mike's neck, leaving no stone unturned to attack the legend. Paul has forgotten that Mike isn't like any of the opponents he's ever faced. He's no washed-up or retired NBA star or MMA fighter. It's Mike Tyson, the boxing legend, and a little respect from Jake's side will be appreciated. But it's too late because he has already poked the bear. Here's the thing. An angry Mike Tyson isn't the kind of man you'd ever want to mess up with. Mike Tyson isn't just a talker. He's a fighter with a history as dangerous as his words. This dude bit off a chunk of Evander Holyfield's ear in a match that's forever etched in boxing history. But hear me out, Jake's the culprit and he shot himself in the foot by picking a bone with Mike Tyson. Oh, you're not up to speed? Sit tight, I've got the whole scoop for you. Jake Paul entered the boxing scene in January 2020 against Anderson Gibb. After coming out on top in his debut, Jake picked up a series of wins against retired basketball players and MMA fighters such as Nate Robinson, Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, and Ben Askren. This was the start of the Jake Paul hype train. But here's the thing. His fans were far from real boxing fans, and it was actually his YouTube audience that followed him to the sport. Real boxing fans knew that it was too early to call Jake a real pro boxer. So when the athlete revealed he had his eyes set on the one true legend, Mike Tyson, it rubbed everyone the wrong way. Jake has made a name for himself by calling out big names and stirring the pot, but going after Iron Mike was just a tad bit too much. Tyson initially laughed off Jake's challenge, but fast forward to now, these rivals are set to settle the score. Now it was actually Jake's recent fight with Mike Perry that triggered Tyson into firing shots at him and putting the man in his place. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Jake Paul's last fight against Mike Perry. On July 20th, Jake stepped into the ring and secured a 6th-round KO victory. But hold your applause, folks. Instead of showering him with praise, the boxing community was quick to point out that this was yet another orchestrated charade. Mike Perry looked visibly smaller and was brutally outmatched by Jake's skill set. It was like watching a grown man fight a kid. No disrespect to Mike Perry, but let's be real here. This wasn't a fair fight. And it's this kind of matchmaking that's really pissed off boxing legends like Mike Tyson. It's no wonder Tyson is calling Jake out for being a fake. Mike is known for his explosive anger throughout the years.
You bitch, come on, you bitch! You scared coward! You got man in the...
That's not a man you'd ever want to mess up with, and Jake's making a big mistake. Here's the thing. Jake being Jake loves taking shots at his rivals, and it's good for hyping up the fight, but there's a thin line between trash talk and disrespect, and Jake seems to always cross this one. Now, athletes like Nate Diaz and Tommy Fury often take what's thrown at them, but Mike Tyson? Oh, he strikes back, and he strikes back hard. Jake has been on Mike's bad side ever since he questioned the athlete's ability to step into the ring and put on a fight. Here is what Jake's forgetting, though. Mike's a natural and boxing runs through his veins. He's gearing up for the fight and training like a goddamn beast. Remember when I told you Mike recently had a health emergency? Well, that's because even at 57, Mike is training like he's still 25. He doesn't care if his body can't keep up with the intense workouts. This man's putting his blood, sweat, and tears to get ready for the epic bout. Now, if you ask me, he doesn't need to put in half the effort he is for sending Jake crashing onto the canvas. After looking at Mike's new training footage, you might even think that Mike might have forgotten the fact he's a boxing legend. This dude is training like a newbie gearing up for their debut. Jake Paul needs to chill. Seriously, dude, it's time to dial down the trash talk. Mike Tyson is not someone you want to mess with. The guy is a legend, and everyone in the boxing world is backing him up. Tyson's seen it all, done it all, and he's not afraid to throw hands. Jake's recent performance against Mike Perry showed that he's still got a long way to go before he's ready for the big leagues. He's acting like this whole thing is a walk in the park, but let's be real, it's going to be a bloodbath. If Jake keeps pushing Tyson, he's setting himself up for a massive fall. This fight could be the end of the Jake Paul hype train if Tyson knocks him out, and it's looking more and more likely. Jake's trying to play the victim, but the internet isn't buying it. People are calling him out for his BS. It's like watching a slow-motion car crash. And to make matters worse, Tyson's camp is relentless. They're not letting up, and every day the pressure on Jake is increasing. It's a classic case of biting off more than you can chew. This whole drama is only fueling the fire for the Tyson versus Paul showdown. The back and forth between these two is creating a level of hype that's almost unreal. With every passing day, the anticipation for this fight is through the roof. Jake Paul has tried everything to avoid the inevitable. But there's no escaping the spotlight now. He's backed himself into a corner. The world is watching, and there's no turning back. The build-up to this fight is going to be legendary, filled with trash talk, mind games, and intense training montages. And when they finally step into the ring, it's going to be a spectacle like no other. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. So, what are your thoughts on Jake Paul throwing a tantrum after getting humiliated by Mike Tyson? Make sure to fill the comments section with your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more boxing news. See you in the next video.